Hello, this is Team 10's Band in a Box final sales presentation. We feel that we have designed the best wind, percussion, and string instrument to meet Maroon and Gold 4's need of playing their hit songs at a high quality. These instruments have met all requirements of playing all required notes and have addressed the problem definition statements indicated on slide 3. As indicated on slide 4, all instruments will fit inside the band's 2 feet cubed travel storage container. The instruments did not exceed the 10-foot pipe or 6-foot string restrictions and came in less than $15 per instrument. Now the team will address each instrument. The best instrument for the wind category was the pan flute. A picture of this design is on slide 5. The pan flute will play desired notes by forcing air through an open-closed pipe. Each length of pipe was chosen by the mathematical equation as indicated on slide 6, a speed of sound divided by 4 times the frequency. This subtract the adjustment of the open pipe of 0.61 times the radius. This resulted in 10 pipes that utilized 6 foot 8 inches of pipe under the requirement of 10 feet. Instead of utilizing tape to close the end, pennies with hot glue were utilized to create an airtight closure. Hot glue was not strong enough to hold each pipe together, so during the construction, the cross steel bar was changed to a zinc bar for easier trimming, and epoxy was used for a stronger bond. A total of $8.02 was spent on all material and is indicated on slide 8. This is under the maximum amount of $15 and under the previous planned amount of $10.68. For future enhancements, PVC should be considered, for it is easier to cut, paint, and is lighter. Trimming the metal pipe was difficult for fine-tuning, and the paint did not originally stick well to the metal. Also, metal is slightly heavier and could become tiresome if held for long periods up to the face during the concert. Also possible to reduce the number of pipes by applying removable rubber inserts that can be inserted in each pipe and then removed to produce multiple notes per pipe. This instrument performed as expected in the hit ASU fight song, with the longer pipe being difficult due to the amount of air required to produce the notes. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Here on slide 10 is a picture of the Cantar, which looks exactly like the instrument that turned out. The metallic finish, as well as the electrical tape, gives it a pretty polished, finished look for this prototype. On slide 11, the physics shown here are the same as what we proposed before. That part hasn't changed, and fundamentally the instrument works like most string instruments would work, as you might expect. Being able to set the fretting along the neck and playing some notes here on the Cantar, you can hear it resonating through the metallic chamber here. One feature that emerged through this design was the ability to adjust the tension while playing by moving the neck a little bit. So that was actually something that was a neat feature that came out of doing a little bit of additional testing. And the final cost of this product came out to be $9.32, so a little bit under the original proposed cost for this item. Slide 14, challenges. So a couple of things that came up during the development of this item. We didn't have a way to measure the tension as we applied it, so as we tuned it, we had to trust that the tension was correct based on the frequencies that were calculated before on the earlier slide. Also, we didn't have a way to measure the stress of how much stress was being applied as a result of tightening up the strings. And so we had to do a little bit of early testing to make sure that based on the lengths of the string and the tension that was required to achieve these frequencies, that the instrument would be able to handle that stress. Improvements. Future versions of this instrument, we think it would be neat to add some additional strings so that you can play some chords with the instrument by hitting multiple strings together. And also, too, we'd like to amplify the sound of this instrument by using a bigger can as an acoustic chamber for the Cantar. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand it over to Kyle now to talk about the glockenspiel.
Thank you, Brian. For our third and final instrument of the group, we're going to go over the glockenspiel, which you will see on slide 15. I've also got it here for us. Slide 16, you've got the instrument physics, showed the frequency of each bar, the bar thickness. None of this has changed since the final proposal. The most significant from the original design was that there were 4 bars added, which created a total of 10 bars rather than the original 6 which was necessary to demonstrate the song. Also, the angle of the bass pieces here, the bottom portion came out a little bit straighter, and this one a little more angled than the original design. That was just necessary so that each bar could fit at about an equal length halfway up the bass. It has no effect on how the instrument plays. Final cost came out to $14.65, which was what was proposed in the last proposal. Challenges of making the instrument: tuning, because the bars are solid pieces, and really the only possible way to tune them is to change the length. It is difficult or impossible really to retune your bars in the case if you cut your bar too short and made the frequency too high, there's no way to extend the bar. So that's one challenge in this particular instrument. Also, the balance of the instrument in the bass pieces, maybe making sure you design it so that it's on a level field. That way, instead of holding it, as I like to do to play it, if you want to set it down on something, it doesn't make the best sound if you put it on the table. Also, the material of your mallet. I used an extra piece of leftover aluminum in designing my instrument and sampling it to play. And as you can see, while the notes are audible, it does make a bit of a clacking sound when you use the same material. So I suggest that you use a hard plastic when recording or playing for your live audiences. In conclusion, you've seen our 3 designs. We've had my glockenspiel, the cantar, and the pan flute. They're a small, lightweight design. It fits within the 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot constraint. All instruments came in under the $15, so it's extremely cost effective. And as you can see, it's a very trendy new design, which we think your audiences will greatly enjoy. We hope you agree, and we look forward to further assisting your musical needs in the future. Thank you.